Before we get to the video, I need a favor from everybody. If you can hit this red subscribe button, like the videos, and hit the bell for notifications, not only do you help me, but you help all the students and people I'm trying to help. Thank you. Hello everybody, Mr. O here, and yes, we're making another eye video. I have two other eye videos, but this one is about becoming more realistic. Not hyper realistic, but realistic, meaning today's lesson, we're going to focus on like the ribbon of the eye. If you look at the iris, you will notice that the design and the ribbon that goes around the pupil is very unique. I'm going to give you some techniques to help you improve how to make your eye look less comic booky, less anime, into the realistic realm. Now, why do you want to do that? Well, you want to do that because it'll make you a better artist. And when I did the shading on this, I did it on watercolor paper. It was a student grade watercolor paper. I'm not completely happy with it. It is 12 by 18, so I'm not enlarged on it because I'm going to assign this to my students, and they're going to so there was a little cutaway there. Apparently there was some commotion upstairs and I had to go see what was going on. All right, so we have our eye. We're gonna draw a realistic eye. So here's using a 12 by 18 piece of paper, and like I'm usually gonna do watercolor paper, but for this project, I'm gonna go smaller, 9 by 12, and I'm just gonna use drawing paper. I just wanted to see if it just changes some things up. I'm gonna put this back because I did want to show you something. I used regular professional drawing pencils. They're the Tombow Mono, and I used an HB, which I kind of put away, but I have a Ticonderoga because you'll see me use the Ticonderoga number 2 for the example. And so I used a 6B, which if you have an ebony pencil, ebony pencils and 6Bs are pretty much the same. So I said 2B, 4B, 6B. Now, one thing why some people don't like working in graphite is its reflective quality. You take a picture, you take a graphite picture, and I have this trouble on my large graphite pictures, and because the moment light shines on them, it reflects. Graphite is great for reflecting. So on the example, I'm going to try these new Faber-Castell graphite matte pencils. So I'm a little tongue-tied there. That's probably because I had to run upstairs and see what's going on. As you can see, these are all the darker sides of the pencil, 2B all the way to 12B. And matte means it's not going to be reflective. I have never seen that in a graphite pencil, so this is going to be experimented for me too. As I draw, you know, are the pencils going to be good enough? Are they going to shade the same way as regular pencils? I'm also going to be using my electric erasers. As you're going to see, I have, since I have two, I have a small and a large tip for the eraser to help me with the gleams. And I usually get a friend or a loved one, and I will take a photo on my cell phone of that person's eye. You can look at your cell phone, but I'm using my cell phone right now to record this video. So let's get to the basic setup. So I'm going to go to my 9 by 12 paper, and I am going to have my picture of my eye next to me. I want to make sure you guys can see me. And remember, we are drawing an eyeball. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle. It's a light circle. Oops, I made a mistake. So instead of erasing, oops, look at that. Nothing but mistakes. So look at my mistakes, and then Bob Ross, I always think about his happy little mistakes. The reason I don't use a compass, a circle stencil, especially with the eye, if you want to go realistic and hyper realistic, sometimes being a little uneven makes things look more realistic. Now, I'm going to come in. I should draw the iris. All right, and then I'm going to come in. Now remember, an iris is different than a pupil. Sorry, I'm trying to, I probably should start making my videos and then just narrating on top of them. That's probably the next phase. And as you can see, I've made another mistake. This is why an HB or an F pencil is kind of nice. Now I can actually start making the eye exactly the way I want. Talk about it's okay to have extra lines. Can be very sketcherly. Now notice that I'm holding the pencil back. I'm not at the very tip. You'll see me go to the tip soon enough. And this will give me my outline, and look at that. Mistake after mistake. And guys, I know it looks like I'm always doing mistakes on purpose, just so you see that I keep working with it and go through it. Not always. Sometimes I just make mistakes because I have a bad drawing day. You might have a bad drawing day, and you just work through it. And you know what? When you do that, it kind of makes you feel better. And you just kind of work. See how when I lower the pencil, it just kind of automatically gets a little darker. So keep that in mind. That's how I can keep things light, make it easy to erase. So from here, I'm going to put it into time lapse and just kind of draw everything, and hopefully you guys will see a positive thing. And then you'll see me, like I said, I'll do the darker shading and also have a smudger stick and a tissue and a little glove I'll be wearing so I don't smear as much. You'll just see me use these, and I'll talk a little bit at the very end. So wait till the end of the video. Talk to you soon. Well, welcome back. I hope that wasn't too long for you. And as you can see, I didn't do the whole paper. Now I'll probably shade above the eyebrow a little bit. And just to test these pencils, I like their ability to shade. And look at that, not much reflective quality. These are the Faber-Castell matte Pitt pencils, graphite. This is the 12B, and I'm going to turn that off again. So I used the 12B for the pupil, the darkest part of the eye, and you can see I can touch a few of the spots up. I mostly used the 2B with the 4B. The 4B is not that one. Here it is, the 4B. And then the 6B I was using for the eyelashes and majority of the eyebrow. So I took advantage of my full pencil set. Now, if you're in a classroom, you might not have a lot of choices. I know in my classroom, this is what they're gonna have most of these choices. I just don't know about the 12B. My goal is to order some of these Faber-Castell pencils. These are amazing. And I can add, I gotta be careful not to use the right pencil. You probably noticed that I had originally tried to put a glove on. That was my actual computer glove. I usually don't use my pencil ones as black. I usually try to use different color ones. This is just so you don't smear as much. And then if you didn't see the electric eraser, this is actually an eraser vacuum, and I'm learning to actually love it. I have to laugh, but enough about me, guys. This is what's important. You'll notice I will always write this when I do eyes, because it's important that you know that you are beautiful. And I do it with the eyes because, some of you hide who you really are. You don't even know who you really are. But let me just tell you, you're beautiful inside and out. Don't let anyone tell you different. And you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.